I mean, my nerves were going nuts, and I had hoped that would kind of flush me out, if you will, but it didn't quite do the trick. But, oh man, yep. Brittany! Sorry.
Hi.
Jumping on the podcast.
What's
Speaking of
going
wacky,
on?
wavy arm inflatable tube man,
Yeah.
we have Brittany Charboneau on the pod to come and say hello.
Cool. This is an excellent surprise. Yay.
An inflatable tube dancing man told me that you finished a 100 miler, you crazy lady.
I did, and I'm finally back in one piece, I think. I had some pretty
congratulations.
pretty gnarly battle wounds, but holy shit, nice to see you.
Great to see you. Holy shit to you. Like if anybody told me to run 100 milers, which actually people have, and I'm like, no, thank you, goodbye.
That might be my response now that I have one under my belt, because it was the most difficult thing I've ever done. Like, it was just beyond. Mm-hmm.
How
Crazy.
long did it take?
So I had a total of 30 hours to do it, and I did it in 29 and a half.
Whoa, dude.
I took my time. I had no choice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Can I hijack a couple questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. I recently ran 18 miles in Montana, and my toenails are again black. So tell me what the state of your feet and toenails are in, please.
All right. So the toenail situation, to begin with, I only had 7 of them. So
great.
I still have 7. Still have 7. So those stayed the same, but I completely trashed my feet. I made the mistake of at mile like 48, I switched from trail shoes because we haven't talked about this yet, but I fell down. Like, I tripped in those trail shoes. It wasn't even a technical trail, but I was like, forget these shoes. Like, I don't need them. I had like just road shoes, but other people were wearing road shoes. I wasn't worried. But I put short socks on, and I did not have gaiters. So that was my problem. And so much dirt and sand got in there that just all the rubbing and friction, like, I had blisters everywhere. It was not fun. So that was the worst part. And I just, totally trashed the feet.
Oh. Okay.
There was a joke, Brittany, through our group chat. We have a friend, Shauna. The 3 of us have a group chat. And she's like, yep, my feet pictures are only going on my OnlyFeet webpage.
People will probably pay for it. I mean, you could make some money off of this experience, Erika.
Oh, God. They were so gross. I wouldn't even, like, we finished the race, and I'm like, I need to take these fucking shoes off. Yeah. I would not take the socks off in front of anybody. I waited until we got to the car.
That was me at Worlds in Thailand, because I was terrified of what they were going to look like.
That was my thing, and I'm glad I waited. But there are pictures, but I don't have them on my phone. Brandon has them. I'm just like, no, those need to like delete. They were like so red and swollen, and I had blood blisters. The grossest thing. So. It was rough, but there is some photo evidence.
Speaking of gross, how many times did you visit Browntown?
Ooh.
You want to know?
Bringing in the tough questions. Yes.
0.
What?
I did not poop after my initial morning poop from that whole like morning start. I did not poop.
That's so disappointing.
Yeah, that is disappointing.
Brittany, just before you jumped on, she said she had a disappointing morning poop too before you jumped on.
Yep. So it was
when it flows.
I was hoping for something, because I got to, so the race goes from, you start White Top Station and you go down to Abingdon, and that's your first like lap. So that's 33.33 miles. And then you have to go back and then whatever. So I met Brandon at Abingdon the first time around, and I was like, oh, you got to hold my stuff. I got to go to the bathroom, because they actually had like flushable toilets, which was nice.
Ooh.
Just a fart. It was just...
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was bummed, but I mean, I didn't have any accidents. I mean, I packed for accidents. I had tissues and wet wipes and like extra underwear. Like, I planned for it, but it didn't happen. So
You know what? If you didn't bring that, you would have been that girl that's like just exploded all over herself that no one wants to run by because you've like and then you'd be like, why didn't I? It's like when you bring a rain jacket, it never rains.
Mhm.
So I think that
Yeah.
that's smart and probably something people can take your advice on.
That is a good point. Just it was a lot of extra weight though. I was carrying so much stuff in like a pack. So I did wind up ditching the extra clothes, but I kept the wet wipes on me. So
Yeah,
at least I had
smart.
something.
Well, now I need to know, even in tough races, tough experiences, there's always something really funny or fun or memorable. What was that for you?
Oh man. You're throwing a tough question. I mean, I just met so many cool people. There was one guy I was talking to. They pretty much got me to the finish, and he was just telling me about all of his crazy hallucinations. So that didn't quite happen to me, but he was like, he was seeing like weird animals that don't actually exist, like three-headed dogs, like Fluffy and Harry Potter, and like he
Oh,
was just like seeing all kinds of shit. And I was like, I was alone in the woods by myself for like a lot of like the nighttime hours. If I saw any of that, I would have
oh,
lost my shit. Like I don't know what I would have done. So
That was
yeah,
actually one of our Instagram questions someone asked about hallucinations,
really.
and we had a friend, Celeste, in the past who told us she saw a fox, and she
Mm-hmm.
went to pet the fox, Brittany, and it turned out to be a rock.
um, I've had a similar experience on a short run comparatively, and I was like, "Hello," and then the person didn't respond back, and then I looked again, and it was a tree. So I understand, but that's impressive that you didn't have any hallucinations.
I think I was just so focused on not falling down again because I fell down in the first 13 miles and then I fell down again a half a mile later on the same
Oh,
leg.
jeez.
So I was done with falling down. I had like eyes glued to the ground, trying not to do it again.
Oh my gosh, I'm wickedly impressed.
Thank you.
That is no
It's a New
soft
England
cheating.
word.
I know. I don't know why. Maybe because I knew I was channeling you guys.
Yeah.
We're rubbing off on you.
I guess so. Well, I'm so proud of you. Like, what a
Thank you.
massive accomplishment. So rad. I'll never do it. No, thank you. Um, that is just like the coolest, raddest thing. I hope you've been getting some good rest and recovery.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I actually have been keeping my run walk streak up. It's been a walk streak for the past like couple of days, but
Good.
yeah, I mean, I have been sleeping a lot better now that everything doesn't hurt quite so bad. But
You get the like
sleep is good.
when after like a big effort or like a big event, like I sometimes have like trauma sleep that I'm like, did that happen? Like, did I do that? And then your body's just like twitching. And did that happen to you? And how long did that last?
So that happened to me right after the race. I was trying to take a nap and I knew I only had a little bit of time because we were trying to like get going to go to this post race celebration. It was at like 6 o'clock the day of the race or the day it ended, and so I was like, I can 2 hour cat nap, I'll be fine. And like I kept like kicking myself awake. I had like the uncontrollable shivers because I think
Oh,
like it was I think it was just my body trying to get back into like the equilibrium. But I had like the worst sleep for those couple of hours and pretty sure I like snored and just it was
understandably.
very fitful, but got some good sleep after that.
Well, that's good.
Mm.
One last thought, because okay, so if people haven't listened to our episode yet that was on, please go listen because it was so freaking fun. And update after that episode, we talked about how I'm using songs for my tempo runs, and so you put
Yes.
together this amazing playlist, and the Lupe Fiasco song, the Kick Push Coast, legit has been my mantra. I'd never heard that song. And so that's been my mantra, like this, like I'll be on the track saying that. Did you have any mantras or any things that you kept repeating or songs or anything that helped get you through?
You actually gave me one. I think it was from your girls. It's not a garbage cannot. It's a garbage
It's a
can.
garbage can.
Because I felt like garbage for a lot of that, and it very much resonated with me. But
Oh, I'm so glad.
and not gonna lie, that day, the new NSYNC song came out,
Oh,
and I had
cute.
it downloaded. And at one point, I was just like channeling NSYNC. I'm like, I have to do this. So,
Dude, Justin Timberlake was at my last race.
you're kidding.
I'm not kidding. Jessica Timberlake raced, and I tried so fucking hard to creep to like somehow insert
That's my
myself in
girl.
their life, and it didn't happen. But I know
Damn
you
it.
would probably do the same.
Oh, I would have been like trying to inch my way in any way I could have, but
Oh,
I don't blame
tried.
you.
It was aggressive. And it
Proud of
didn't
you.
happen. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, well, I wanted to wish you congratulations. I can't wait to listen to this episode and hear all about it. You're a fucking badass.
Yes.
You're making me
she
sound
is.
like way cooler when
You
trust
are.
me, the end of this race was the ugliest thing I could have like ever imagined. It was
be.
so ugly, but
It's
I
supposed
guess
to
I got
be.
it done.
You got it done. Not many people can say that. What's the stats of people that run a marathon? Like I guarantee that's like 0.0001 that run a 100-miler.
Oh, right.
You're
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I could see that. You want to know? I actually got the stats for this race because it was like crazier than I thought. So, according to Ultra Sign Up, I was number 142 out of 146 finishers. So I was like almost dead
Wow.
fucking last. I would have gone for it though, like whatever it took. But apparently there were like 90 people who DNF'd. So that is a
Wow.
huge number. And then there were 40 who didn't even start. So like that's like almost half of the like there were 300 original or like starters, I think, like who could even
Wow.
sign up for it. So
So
I'm
I
pretty
hope
proud
that
of
you
myself.
take that. You should be. Don't downplay it. Doesn't matter how long it took. Like that's amazing.
You got the buckle and you earned it. It's so sick.
Oh, I gotta show Brittany. I haven't even shown him yet.
Oh, rad! There's a Sasquatch on it.
Yep.
A Yeti.
There's a rainbow
and a unicorn.
Yep.
And a rainbow and what is that next to it? Is that a train?
That's a choo-choo.
Oh my god.
This is like the best buckle I've ever seen, and I will treasure it forever.
I encourage you to put it on a sparkly belt and always wear it, even with like sweatpants.
Speaking of that, so at that post race celebration, I was just in like the worst. Like my knee was all bloody. Like I couldn't. I don't know. I was just trying to like look sort of presentable, so I threw on a pair of black leggings, and they're like, "You have to wear your buckle. You just have to." So Brandon took his belt, took off his little buckle thing. I attached my buckle to it, and I wore that with leggings. And I have some pictures I can send. So I was a fashion icon that day.
Photo evidence or it didn't happen.
I'll send it. I did feel like a fashion icon because I'm like, what? I'm wearing a buckle. Like it still counts.
Right. Oh, this is so cool.
Sweet.
Brittany, I love that you named yourself Surprise because when you first popped up, it was a black screen and it just said surprise. And it was like perfect.
Good. I'm glad. I was like, please don't say my name. Like, I would like it to be an actual surprise.
Yeah,
it totally was. I had no clue. This was absolutely amazing. I love it.
Yay. Well, thank you for the heads up, Eric and Erika.
Thank you for doing it. This was so cool.
Look at
that smile she has.
Lucky for you guys, you were like, hey, it's 7 p.m. Denver time on a Friday. Like, could you do this? And I was like, I just made myself some chili and cornbread, and I'm in sweats about to watch Dateline with the cats. Yeah, I think I can do it.
I threw in if you're just hanging out on the couch with Bill Clinton and Snacks.
Snacks is right, or that's Bill Clinton, and then Snacks is right here.
I love it.
Justin's out of town, so this is my life when Justin's gone.
Love it. Well, thanks so much for doing this. Real quick, I want to show you. We have T-shirts now.
Oh,
I will find a way to get you one. I'll hit you up later for that. I'll hit you
I
up
will
later.
totally rock it. Yeah.
And
Awesome.
Erika's thinking about, downgrading, like we talked about, from the 100-miler to a 10K, but with elevation. I think we're going to go out to the Boulder 10K. So if we do
We'll
that,
make it
we'd love
happen.
to. Yeah, we'd love to hit you up when we're there too.
We have to. Yes, 100%. When you guys, it's not like if, it's gonna happen, and we're gonna hang out and party.
Hell yes.
Yes.
So excited.
All right. Awesome.
Cool. Well, thanks,
Brittany
guys. Great to
Charboneau,
see
thank you
you.
so much for jumping
to
on
see
the
you too,
pod and
Brittany.
surprising her.
Anytime. Congrats, Erika. Good to see you,
you.
Eric.
Bye, Brittany. Thank you.
Bye.
How
man.
cool was that?
You little sneak. I freaking love you, dude. Thank you for that. Ugh. You know what? It's Friday night here, as Brittany has said, and I'm about to crack open a beer because I'm just having a good day. But can I just show you what this beer is? Danny DeVito on the can. I bought it specifically for this Danny DeVito, but this is a pina colada smoothie sour. It's better than the name sounds.
Very cool.